San Francisco's longtime African-American residents could each receive $5 million. There's a committee called the Reparations Committee that proposes this, quote, a lump sum payment would compensate the affected population for the decades of harms that they have experienced and will redress the economic and opportunity losses that black San Franciscans have endured perpetuated by city policy, end quote. There's more to it in a moment. We'll bring in the chairman of the Republican Party in San Francisco. John Dennis is his name. Sir, good morning to you. Thanks for being here. I got a ton of questions here, but let's begin with this one. Who pays? Where's the money coming from?
Well, presumably the people of San Francisco would pay. That's the proposal right now. They've made this recommendation to the Board of Supervisors. And the frightening thing is, when I spoke to people about it last night, a lot of people thought, oh, this is never going to pass. But, I did a head count on the Board of Supervisors. We have 11 supervisors. They only need 6 votes. And I think they've got a solid 5 right now. So there's a good chance that this could actually be presented to the mayor.
Okay, so how many on that board? Total number?
11.
11, gotcha. And the president's Aaron Peskin, and he supports the proposal that was given to him from this reparations committee. Here's what they've determined. You got to be 18 years of age, call for one guys, must have identified as black or African American on public documents for at least 10 years. And then you have to prove at least 2 of 8 additional criteria, of which they include born in San Francisco between 1940 and 1996, proof of residency in San Francisco for at least 13 years, personally or the direct descendant of someone incarcerated by the failed war on drugs. What do you make of this criteria? Look, I know you don't like the idea, but what do you make of the criteria, how they were able to arrive at some of this?
Well, there's not a lot of analysis in the report. Read the report yesterday. I can say that the committee, there were no Thomas Sowells on the committee. There were no Larry Elders on the committee. This was sort of a foregone conclusion. And the analysis on how they actually arrived at the numbers, the $5 million number and some other numbers are never revealed. What's also interesting, by the way, but one other element of this is they're also saying that they want to give those folks $97,000 a year for 250 years. And the total price tag on this is $50 billion. The city of San Francisco's budget is $14 billion. It's already running deficits. We have structural problems in the city, homeless people all over the place, crime, companies leaving in droves. And I think in many ways that this is just a massive distraction from the failure of Democrats who have run this town for over 60 years.
Well, you've got problems indeed. Homeless population was 7,700 in February of 2022, right? Total population 815,000 in July 1st of 2021. Am I reading that correctly? Is that right? Or is that the total population?
It's probably a little less than that. We lost a lot of people during COVID. A lot of people found San Francisco shockingly too expensive to live in, so they decided
but that number
to go
pops
elsewhere.
Out, 7,700.
And without the jobs that used to, yes.
Sorry, crime stats.
Without the jobs in the economy, we are. We're going to continue to lose folks.
I beg our audience for forgiveness here. There's a bit of a delay in the signal, so that's why we're talking over each other. Crime stats in San Francisco in the last week. 2 homicides, 43 robberies, 44 assaults, motor vehicle theft, 89 larceny theft, 362. As you said yourself, John, you've got problems already in that city. Now, 11 on the board. Do you believe as of today this will pass?
I think it's likely that it will. That would be my guess. I wouldn't bet money on it, but there are, I think, 5 solid votes right now. The 2 swing votes are going to have a lot of pressure. They're going to have to face one of 2 options: either getting recalled, because I can tell you I can't speak for my committee, but I think we would push for a recall of anyone who votes for this, and certainly look to oust them. But those 2 swing votes are going to have to face an unclear political future for voting for this, or charges of racism. So it's a really tricky position that they're going to be put in, and I just can't say how they'll vote.
Very interesting point. John Dennis, thank you for your time in San Francisco. Thank you for coming on today and explaining that to our viewers. Appreciate that.
My pleasure.